Hello, everyone. On today's journey, Yi realizes that new storms are descending upon Huynh. With arms outstretched, he is ready to protect the small house and the delicate family within. But then, unknown silhouettes appear at the door, bringing an unpredictable threat. Will they leave quietly, or is a brutal confrontation about to erupt? Will Yi muster enough courage to stand up and defend his family, or will he turn to the police for help? Everything reaches a point of maximum tension, and a single decision could change it all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to join us and uncover the unexpected twists and turns that lie ahead. Ye's gaze was filled with concern. He tightly squeezed Huynh's hand. His voice deepened, so serious it cut through the air. Wherever you go, you must be very careful. I don't want anything to happen to you or Maya. Huynh lowered his head, holding Maya tightly in his small arms, his eyes brimming with tears. Trembling, he whispered, "I'm scared too, Yi. Maya is old enough to go to school now. But tell me, will it be safe if there are still eyes out there watching us?" In Ye's mind, a storm of thoughts swirled uncontrollably. Would Maya truly be safe if she left his arms? Had those strangers really gone, or were they still waiting in the darkness, tracking every step? The previous night, he had stood motionless by the window, his heart heavy, staring into the endless dark. One wrong decision, and he could lose everything. The next morning, the golden sun gently caressed the roof of the small house, but for Yi, everything was still shrouded in a haze of unease. He paced around the house, scanning every corner with his eyes, a cold question rising within him. Why? Why had those strange men appeared? What if his ex-wife was behind it all? That thought chilled him to the bone. He knew the house had to be built faster, stronger, to protect Huynh and Maya. Turning to Huynh, his voice was resolute yet laced with worry. "I'm going to finish this house. Even if I have to work through sleepless nights, I won't let you and Maya live in fear for another day." His rough hands lifted each bamboo frame again. The dull thuds echoed like his heartbeat. But in Huynh's eyes, that invisible fear still lingered, as if a hidden storm was about to break. The bamboo poles were stacked one by one as he bent with strong arms, lifting and fitting them into the frame. The harsh sound of the saw reverberated through the courtyard, as if tearing through the fragile calm of the morning. Huynh no longer remained silent. She carefully wiped the sweat from her forehead and the bamboo poles. Each hammer strike, each crack of wood, made her grip her trembling hands tightly. In the courtyard, Maya looked up, her eyes wide with worry. "Uncle Yi, be careful," she said. Yi turned his head slightly, forcing a reassuring smile despite the waves of anxiety washing over him. A sense of threat pressed down on him, as if an invisible gaze watched from somewhere. Huynh noticed the distraction on his face and called out in a loud, anxious voice, "Yi, be careful! You're not focused." At that moment, the hammer in Ye's hand froze, and the tip of his foot felt unsteady on the sweat-slicked bamboo. The entire space seemed to hold its breath in suffocating silence. Will he manage to regain his balance, or is an unexpected accident about to occur? A single moment of distraction could erase all the effort he had put in with such sacrifice. Don't look away, for behind this seemingly peaceful roof, dangers lurk, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. On the roof, he poured all his strength into every hammer strike, every cut of the saw. The dried bamboo poles resounded with a rhythmic clack that echoed through the small courtyard. Sweat trickled down his cheek, glistening in the morning light. Inside, restlessness burned like a hidden fire, consuming every thought. Huynh stayed below, holding the netting in her arms, still unable to find peace. The previous day, she had handed him the tightly bound bamboo poles. Her eyes followed his every step up there, filled with a mix of love and fear. Maya, with her tiny hands raised in the air, watched without looking away. "Uncle Yi, be careful," she repeated. He turned his head, forcing a calm smile. His voice sounded warm, though hoarse with exhaustion. Yes, I know. I'll be careful. Don't worry, Maya. But at that moment, as he tightly gripped a bamboo pole, his foot slipped on a sweat-dampened surface. Everything seemed to spin. His body lurched violently, and the hammer fell from his hand, hitting the ground with an icy metallic clang. Huin's heart-wrenching scream pierced the air, mingling with Maya's desperate cries. Uncle! In a second that felt like an eternity, Ye's body fell. The bamboo cracked with a dry snap, sending up a cloud of dust. The entire courtyard descended into chaos. Huin rushed to him, her trembling hands trying to hold him. Yi, answer me. Tell me you're okay. Oh God, don't stay silent. Maya sobbed uncontrollably, tears streaming down her face as her small hands touched the blood flowing from Ye's leg. Don't leave me. I'm scared. I need you, she whimpered. Yi groaned, struggling to sit up, breathing shallowly. The wound was just a long gash on his leg, but the blood terrified both mother and daughter. Gritting his teeth, he tried to smile reassuringly. It's nothing, just a little slip. Stop crying, please. But the fear in Huin's eyes was impossible to hide. She gripped his arm tightly, her voice breaking. Do you realize? In just a moment of distraction, you almost died in front of us. What if something worse happens next time? What will I do? What will our daughter do? I couldn't bear it, Yi. The courtyard fell silent, broken only by Maya's sobs. Yi clenched his fist, his gaze burning with determination. He knew this house had to be completed quickly and solidly, but more importantly, he had to uncover the truth. I promise you, Huin, no matter what happens, I will protect you and Maya, even if it costs me my life. He hobbled to his feet and returned to the unfinished bamboo poles. The hammer strikes resumed, louder, more urgent, like the accelerated beating of 3 hearts. But within them, the fear had not yet faded. Was this fall just an accident, or was there a hidden hand pulling the strings in the shadows? He collapsed heavily onto the old bamboo chair, breathing heavily as his leg continued to bleed. Maya clung to his arm, tears streaming down her childish face. Uncle, don't scare me anymore. I thought you were going to leave me alone. Ye's heart felt constricted, as if someone were squeezing it tightly. With his hand, he wiped away the girl's tears, though his gaze still burned with unquenchable worry. Huin hurriedly gathered the broken bamboo poles scattered on the ground, but as her trembling hands touched a fragment, she froze. The break was too clean, too sharp to be natural. Upon closer inspection, she saw fine marks, regular cuts, etched deep into the wood. An icy chill ran down her spine. Her voice cracked, her breath catching in a strangled tone. Yi, this wasn't an accident. Someone tampered with these poles. Yi looked up, his eyes blazing. He took the bamboo in his hands and stared at those mysterious marks. His fingers trembled, not just from pain but from the rage boiling within him. Someone wants to hurt me, to destroy this house. Worst of all, they want to live in your fear. Maya looked up at him innocently, her eyes full of tears, and whispered as if pleading, Uncle, there really are bad people following us. I'm scared. Hearing her, Ye's heart sank. He pulled her tightly to his chest, his vision blurring with emotion. He would not let an innocent child grow up in a world of fear. Huin sat beside him, gripping his hand. Her eyes glistened with tears, but her trembling voice sounded firm. Yi, I don't need a big house. I just want the 3 of us to have peace. But if someone is behind this, we have to find out the truth. He squeezed her hand tightly, his gaze burning with determination, and murmured as if making a vow, No one will touch you or Maya. Even if I have to give everything, I will protect this house. The sound of the hammer resumed with each strike, carrying the beat of his heart. But hidden in that urgent rhythm were anger, pain, and a promise to never give up. Behind those seemingly harmless bamboo poles, a hidden hand had set a trap. Who was it? A stranger? Or a shadow from Ye's past, returning to haunt him?